You get the sense that Shakespeare is a writer who understands actors, who understands the strength of actors, that give them a good speech to get their teeth into and they'll make it fly. And also, he understands the music of it. He understands that sometimes after an enormous piece of action or florid language, the best way to anchor the entire thing is to say one simple line. There's a wonderful moment in Henry V when Montjoy, the French herald, has come to warn Henry V and the English army that the French are by no means defeated after the siege of Harfleur, and that now that on this site of Agincourt they mean business. The French herald has come to tell Henry V he's going to lose. And Henry V replies, turn thee back, and tell thy king, I do not seek him now, but would be willing to march on to Calais without impeachment, for to say the sooth, my people are with sickness much enfeebled, my numbers lessened, and those few I have almost no better than so many French. Go therefore, tell thy master, here I am. And I just think that line, go therefore, tell thy master, here I am, is so simple. And it's such a declaration of intent, such an incredible statement of stature. Your king, the French king, says he's not moving and we're going to lose, and I'm telling you, we're not moving either. Go therefore, tell your master, here I am. If we may pass, we will. If we be hindered, we shall your tawny ground with your red blood discolour. Amazing. I mean, amazing simplicity. And then there's another moment where King Henry is disguised underneath the cloak of Sir Thomas Erpingham, and he's gone out to walk among the company of his men in disguise on the eve of the Battle of Agincourt. A Little Touch of Harry and the Night is one of the great pieces of poetry, and the thing is, it's not just poetry. It's neither poetry nor description, because first of all it describes what Harry is doing, which is he's going around talking to each and every one of his men, making them feel less afraid, trying to cheer them up, to warm them, to keep their spirits high, something to literally get them through the worst night of their lives, the coldest, the most terrifying, that they face the prospect of their deaths the next day, no question. And in a way, it's his only moment of anonymity. He's exploring what it feels like to be a man as opposed to a king, and also taking the temperature of the spirit of his men the night before the battle. And he gets into an argument with Williams and Bates about the nature of responsibility, the nature of leadership, the guilt of the king when all those, in Williams's words, legs and arms and heads chopped off in battle come together and say we died at such a place. In a way, Williams's argument is that anyone who dies in a battle fighting under the banner of the king, all those deaths certainly in their very Christian world are counted against the king's spirit, in the afterlife. And to which Henry has this extraordinary, this very contemporary discursus on the nature of responsibility. He says, fine. He doesn't say fine. That's my addition. But he says, I hope you don't mind if I do the whole speech, but it's so simple. He says, so if the son that is by his father sent about merchandise do sinfully miscarry upon the sea, the imputation of his wickedness by your rule should be imposed upon the father that sent him. Or if a servant, under his master's command, transporting a sum of money, be assailed by robbers and die, you may call the master the author of the servant's damnation. This is not so. The king is not bound to answer the particular endings of his soldiers, nor the father of his son, nor the master of his servant. Every subject's duty is the king's, but every subject's soul is his own. And that, when I read that line, Henry V is famous for St. Crispin's Day, and once more into the breach, dear friends, once more, we few, we happy few, we band of brothers. And that kind of moment, that sort of piece of Shakespearean prose is a hidden jewel in this great chest of the play, where you think, I remember reading it and sort of having to have a moment for about 5 minutes and think about the extraordinary wisdom contained within about 10 words. Every subject's duty is the king's, but every subject's soul is his own. And in a way, that's the greatest piece of wisdom about personal responsibility that I've ever read.